No, you don't have to do a video. I'll just do it off. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Ben Mallah podcast, where Ben Mallah and the crew are going to answer your real estate questions. If you'd like to submit your question, go to benmallah.com/podcast. You can also get Fast Pass. Link is in the video description. That will get you a phone call on the show. That's benmallah.com/shop.
It'll get you a Zoom, right? You can Zoom in and be part of the damn show, right?
That's right.
I mean, that's a great thing. You can Zoom in and be part of it. Who else does that?
Hey, like you said before, Raphael, welcome to the Ben Mallah podcast featuring the mouth of South Jimmy Hart, along with his left-hand man. He's on the left side, right-hand man, though, really. Aaron's here. Can you believe this? A lot of kids on a Friday night, they're out going to football games. They're out partying. They're out doing whatever they do. And here's Aaron learning about the realty business, trying to make money for his dad over here. This is unbelievable, Aaron. I love you, baby.
Tomorrow night, he's going to a homecoming party. So please, don't think he's sitting there all the time trying to do
Oh,
this
come
stuff.
on. Please, give the kid a
I
break.
Make him do it.
Give the kid a break. Come on.
It's a balance. He gets to help and he gets to be rewarded. That's the way it works. You receive what you're entitled to or what you earn.
Well, look, while we're waiting for all the callers,
what you need.
While we're waiting for the people to join the podcast, what did you do this past couple of weeks, Ben?
What did I do?
Right.
I don't know. I've done a lot. Listen, I'm in deep depression right now. I'm not going to lie. My interest rates are double. Market sucks. The stock market sucks. But I don't know. I'll figure out something. I think I'm just going to package the whole goddamn thing together and sell it, baby, and sail away.
Well, tell us about your hunting trip.
Amigos.
Your hunting trip. Tell us about the hunting trip.
The hunting trip. We're out in a farm doing our annual hunting trip. There should be a video coming out, I think. We do all kinds of crap, four-wheeling, off-road shit, shooting pineapple. What did we shoot?
We shot pumpkins, pineapples, all sorts of things.
We go in a grocery store, we buy up the whole fruit section, and then we take it back to the farm, we set it out on tables, and we shoot it up, baby.
So what you're saying, while people are starving to death all over the world, you're out buying food and taking it, destroying the food, so less food that people have to eat, right?
No, it's a form of entertainment. You're going to pay for entertainment, so it's a cost of the kids having fun. I know I'm not a big gun person. I'll tell you that right now. I'm not. I was in the Army. I didn't even like guns, but they're here and they've been around forever, and people like them as a sport. Now, all the cuckoos out there, they shouldn't be able to touch fucking guns. If you got mental issues, you shouldn't be able to touch a gun. You got something to say?
No. You're just loud.
On what?
Nothing.
I'm odd?
No.
Anyway, listen, I think you should be able, you have to take a fucking mental test before you should be able to have a gun. All right. You need to make sure that your fucking screws are tight and you're not some fucking idiot cuckoo out there destroying people's lives. I mean, it's so sad. It's ridiculous.
Well, let me ask you this. Who all went on this trip with you?
I put 9 people on the G100. I had to take the G100 because it's 9 people and you can't fit them on the Premier. So I had to use the expensive plane. But 9 people and a bunch of guns and camping bullshit. And Frank Sheva's got to bring coolers full of crab claws and lobsters and all this shit. We're going out to a farm and we're eating fucking crab and lobster.
I had to sit in the bathroom.
That's right. Aaron had to sit in the bathroom because there's 9 people, only 8 seats. And when he did, he sat there. And I will commend him. For the hour flight, he sat there, and I actually believe he was doing some kind of schoolwork on his laptop or something. He's sitting in a bathroom doing his homework on a plane.
Hey, you know what I thought you meant?
Docs offline.
I thought you meant you had to sit in the bathroom after you ate the lobster. Oh, my God.
When was the last time you ate a lobster?
Not at Frank's place.
Have you ever eaten a lobster in your life? Tell the truth.
Never.
This guy's cuckoo the way he eats, but then he's in good shape for his age, so I can't really, pick on him.
Growing up, we couldn't afford
He don't
lobster.
eat fish. He don't eat chicken.
Nothing.
I made you a steak one time.
It was good.
All right. Once in a blue moon, you might eat a steak.
It was well done.
Yeah.
And we smothered it with ketchup.
And going out to eat with him is an adventure because he don't eat nothing. Maybe a Mexican joint will eat chips and salsa and
I love Mexican food.
But you don't eat nothing. You don't even eat fruit.
Well,
eat collard greens, country boy.
I do drink orange juice.
He drinks orange juice.
That's good.
He's living off of orange juice.
Well, let me tell you what I did the last couple of weeks.
What'd you do?
All right. Besides running around the town, shooting some vignettes with you guys, which I love doing that.
You're never here.
Well, I am too. I'm off and on.
This guy's on the road more than anybody I've ever met in my life.
Well, let me tell you what happened. We went to, week before last, I was in West Virginia. Dun, 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 dun. West Virginia, had a great time there. Had a lot of the wrestlers that I got to hook up back with. Bruce the Barber Beefcake was up there. We had, of course, Brian Knobs, one of my good
Bruce
friends.
Beefcakes lives in Clearwater, doesn't he? I know him.
Yeah, but I know, but
he lives here, right?
WWE Hall of Famer.
You see him anytime you walk. Go down to Hogan's Beach Bar.
But we had to go to
and
West
hang
Palm.
out with all the big wrestlers.
It was all fun, but let me finish. So then that was last week. So this weekend, I was in day before yesterday, I was in Phoenix, Arizona, doing a big trade show up there, a couple of days of autographs and speaking to people. And then I leave tomorrow morning, okay, bright and early, and I go to New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Do a Comic-Con in New Jersey with a lot of my wrestler friends.
Comic-Con. Where in New Jersey, do you know?
It's going to be, I think, downtown New Jersey, one of the big Comic-Cons. I think the place holds about 5,000 or 6,000 people, so it's already sold out.
If you live anywhere near New Jersey, you want to go hang out with Jimmy Hart, go to the Comic-Con in downtown New Jersey when?
Saturday morning, which will be tomorrow morning.
Saturday morning.
Fly out at 5:20 morning. And then I get back Saturday night, and then Sunday morning I leave again and go to Boca Raton to do autographs down there.
Oh,
so,
good. I want you to look at a property while you're down there in Plantation for me.
Okay, write
I'll
it
have
down.
Vincent meet you, all right?
All right, I love Vincent.
All right, very good.
So that was your week. That was my week. That was Aaron's week. But now we should have a few phone
Aaron's
callers
week?
coming in.
Aaron, did you
My
do
week.
good in school this week or what?
Of course he
I do
did.
good, yes.
He did great.
Man, I'll tell you, I can't deal with bad grades because it's just like puts another problem in my life. So
My grades are good, so you
Very
don't gotta
good.
worry about me.
all
Perfect.
right,
high
so
school.
here we are.
Get some
All right,
callers.
Anybody want to know about real estate? Let me tell you about real estate. It sucks right now. To me, it does.
Nothing about it.
5 cap. You can't get a goddamn 5 cap if I got to pay 6% interest rates. Every seller in their goddamn mind, except me, needs to get that in their head.
That's stupid.
All right, you're not gonna pay the bank more money than you're friggin' getting from your rent. So all these days are over. Party's over, sellers. If you didn't sell, you're stuck. All right, you missed the fucking boat. Pardon my language, Jimmy. I mean, don't go out there and borrow money for more than the goddamn cap rate on the income. All right. So I don't know. It's pretty tough out there. Hard to find deals. We looked at a goddamn empty Walmart in a shopping center the other day. I stood in that place. I said, "What the hell am I gonna do with this? 85,000 square feet." Start chopping it up and this and that. I don't know. Anyway, it's very difficult. So be very careful in whatever you're buying. I did a call today to talk to the guy out of a deal. I had to. He called me up as a consult and he told me the fucking numbers and he wants to buy a fourplex for $725,000 a month. All right, it didn't make sense. And then he's going to get an FHA loan with 3.5% down, and it didn't make sense. He really was going to be in the negative. Why would you buy real estate and be in the negative? You're owning it for no reason. It's all about the numbers. The numbers don't work. Run away.
Well, why would you buy anything now, really? Because if you watch TV, everybody's scaring the heck out of you. You're going, the food's going up, gas is going up, land's going up, can't get a loan, can't get this, can't get that. It's crazy.
Well, this is what we call a cycle. And right now, we're in the curve of a cycle. Interest rates are up. And now you're going to start because it's inevitable that prices have to come down. All right? Unless you're out there with cash money and you happen to want to buy, you're happy with 5-6%, then fine for you. But you can do that in tax-free municipal bonds, 5%. All right? So why would you buy real estate if you're not borrowing money from the bank? It makes no sense. You can buy something that's 100% safe for 99.9, get tax-free income from a municipal bond that are insured by the county. You got the cities backing them, the state. I've never heard of them going belly up. I'd stay away from Puerto Rico. But, that's what I would do with my cash right now if you want to play it safe. Stock market is a gamble. It's up, it's down, it's barely up. It's a freaking disaster. Tech. We're supposed to be moving into the future, and tech is down now. I don't know. Problems in China. We got the Russians' war. It all affects the stock market. And interest rates are killing the stock market right now. If you're investing in any kind of, fixed income type investment product. But anyway, you got to be careful right now. I'm telling you. And you want to load up on as much cash as you got. All right. I won't suggest you go out and do a cash out refi unless you know you got some really good deal cooking. But, because interest rates are so high. But you definitely want to gear up and start looking for the deals because they're starting to come. I see the cap rates going up already. Everything that was at a 5, I'm starting to see go to a 6, like Starbucks. You can buy Starbucks, you could get one for about 5 cap. Now I'm actually seeing them in 6 caps, but they're in areas that, are okay. The really hot areas are going to come next. It's like, whatever they call it. It's like a staircase, but things are going down. You got to, wait step at a time. But now's the time to come in and get that deal because you know what you got to do? You just got to work for it. You got to make offers on properties that are not selling. If it ain't selling and it's on the market, make an offer. Offer them what you do want to pay. All he's going to say is no, or no, but I'll take this. And then you're here and he's there, and you keep playing the game until you're fucking together like that. And you got a deal. That's what you got to do right now. You got to earn your money.
So what you're saying, everything's starting to turn the corner a little bit and looking positive.
But if you want to speed up the process, put a little effort into it. Sit down, have the patience to write deals on products and real estate deals you like, but for the price that you want to pay. Okay? The guy offered me a deal. Honestly, we were at a funeral yesterday and today. At the funeral, the broker's talking to me about a deal, and I told, listen, these guys, they ain't going to get that kind of money they want. It was a nice deal, big name, triple net, and in a good area. And they wanted like $13 million. I said, no, offer him 11. And I don't think I'm going to go much higher than that. Why? Because it don't make sense. And I know for a fact the guy owned the land. It's called a sell-a-leaseback, okay? Do you know what a sell-a-leaseback is?
No clue.
Do you know what a sell-a-leaseback is?
Nope.
Basically, all it is a guy owns his business and he owns the real estate, all right? Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
It's like if you were back in Memphis and you owned a garage, like Gomer, and you owned a building and a land, and you wanted to get your hands on some money, but you still want to keep your business. You sell the real estate to somebody, and then you start paying them rent from your, because you're still operating a business. That's called a sale, but you're still leasing it back from the guy. So this guy wants to, I looked it up. He paid about $1 million or so for the land, or $1.5 million for the land. He's into the whole deal roughly about $5 million, but he did it a long time ago. About 5 years or whatever ago. He built something up for 5 years. He opened up his own business there. It's a thriving business, but now he wants to get his hands some cash. Based on the rent he's willing to pay, he put it on the market for about $13 million, which is about a 5 cap, or maybe more. I think it was like a 6 cap. Or anyway, the point is, I got to pay the bank probably more than 5 right now. So if I buy something, I'm looking for like a 7.5 cap. So I don't know. I offered him a couple million less. And if he's smart, he'll take that money, and if he doesn't, then, oh, well, that's life. But now's the time to get in there and make a deal. You got any super chats? Anybody want to send a super chat
actually,
question
we're
in?
doing super chats.
Come on,
all
send
night.
your questions in.
Yeah, so shout out Josh Costello. Thank you for the first super chat. Hey, Ben, I'm in college right now. I'm making $20,000 a year. I have many doubts. I'm a first-year student. Any advice?
Focus on college. All right. I don't know. You're making $20,000 a year and you're in college. That's pretty good. Hopefully, Aaron will do the same. But, right now, listen, going to college means you have some sort of plan for a career. All right. Get that out the way. Because that career should protect you for the rest of your life. All right? Then, once you get a career going, and then you got an income coming in, and you got a few bucks saved up, you go out and you start looking for real estate. All right? Unless you got people willing to give you money right now and co-sign for you, you better just stick to college. Keep working while you're in college. Hopefully that's, it's not hurting you by working, and get that out the way. You got to do things in life in stages. All right. Once you finish college, you get your career, you finish it, that should be your short-term goal. And in the meantime, keep your credit clean, save as much money as you can. And once you get a job and you're established, then you can start thinking about, I want to buy a place. Hopefully you'll buy a place to live that'll also have some income in it. So then you'll live for free. What else you got?
Thank you, Luis. Thank you for the super chat. Shout out Zach. Thank you also for the super chat. Does Ben have any loans on adjustable rates? If so, is he worried that rates will stay high for a few years?
Ooh.
Yes, yes, and yes. I did not, like I should have, fixed my rate because I was living on the gravy train for the past several years, borrowing money when the Fed fund rates was nothing, and I was having a good time and the party was over and I was still dancing. But now I'm not dancing, I'm crying. So that's life. Luckily we cash flow enough where the bank's going to make a fortune because I don't think that has anything to do with the money the bank's loaning me. I think the bank's just making double friggin' interest right now on me. And I got to pay out millions of dollars a year more in interest than I used to have to do. Well, I didn't see this shit coming. I should have. I was greedy. I didn't lock in at a low rate like I could have because I didn't want to pay the extra money then. But it would have been a lot less than paying all that money now. So that's life, and that's what I got to deal with. Now I'm thinking about maybe moving some assets. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to look and see what assets are making me money versus what the new mortgage payment. Does it pay to keep them? What is the cash flow versus what is it worth if I sell it? And that's what I'm going to sit down and do.
Well, you know what I can't understand? I keep telling you all the time. So tell me why. Instead of you just buying property, buying this all the time, moving, grooving, stressing yourself out, why don't you get 2 hotels, 2 grocery stores, 2 shopping centers? I mean, consolidate. You got everybody here to run it for you. You got Aaron, you got Vincent, you got little Ben, you've got all your people around you that can take care of everything. So why just keep on and keep on and keep on and keep on?
Okay. Well, maybe I'll build up for me to have only a couple of assets in each type of real estate class. They got to be some big ass, nice assets. So I'm trying to keep taking the stuff I got and eventually turn it into a triple net trophy, great top of the line hotel portfolio with small assets. That would be a good way, but you got to build up to get to that level. All right. So that's what I got to try to do. Now I got a bunch of stuff that maybe I'll cash it all in and trade into some smaller stuff, like you said, but have the same or more money coming in with better class assets. So Jimmy's right.
All right. Shout out Luis. Thank you again for the super chats. Hello, Ben. My land deal in Miami is fetching $4.3 million. Looking into retail at a 7 cap, but afraid of the interest rates climbing higher. Considering a treasury bonds at 5% in the meantime, but will miss the 1031. What do you think I should do?
Listen, it depends on how much money are you saving by 1031 in the deal. What is your basis? What is your gain? What is your tax? That's what a 1031 all boils down to. Okay, you need to get on the phone with me and do a consult with Ben. Let's talk real numbers. Let's find out what you paid for it. Let's find out how much your gain is. Let's see what the hell the difference is. It might pay for you to buy at a 7 cap because you're using the profit money that you didn't have. That's sometimes you want a 7 cap is pretty still good because maybe you can lock in at a 5 right now. Still, if you hurry. I don't know, but let's talk about it. Let's find out. If you're in Miami, I know banks in all over Florida can help you. All right, get a hold of me, but that's a big decision to make. What's your tax bill going to be if you take that cash and you put it in treasury bonds or municipal bonds? I'd put them in municipal bonds and go out about 20, 30 years myself because the treasury bonds can fluctuate. I mean, believe it or not, you could change in government and you can see treasury bonds going down. It all depends on the election. If everybody's smart and votes Republican, then our money will be right. If you want to see your money get pissed away and have high cost, then the Democrats. I'm sorry, that's the way I see it. But there's good and bad in both sides. All right, what else?
You know what? Before you say anything, and I've always thought about this, and I keep telling you about it all the time, but you keep ignoring it. With all the knowledge that you've got from all these years of doing this, I don't understand why you don't write some kind of book about this.
Because you don't need a book. You don't need to read a book. It's all common sense. And that's what I'm here helping people do right now. All right, fine. I don't know how to write a book. I never even read a book in my life. I read so many contracts, but I don't read books.
Well, I know, but
why don't you write a goddamn book?
Because I don't know anything about real.
You know anything about wrestling? Why don't you write a book? They make shows about it. I'm watching you on TV at Tales of the Territories when Rock made a show about it.
The premium pay-per-views on tomorrow. The Crown Jewels on a big
I don't have
pay-per-view zone from Saudi Arabia. It's going to be great. Okay, who's next?
Shout out Andrew. Thank you for the super chat. Is now the time to buy or save cash?
Ooh.
Save. You always want to have as much money as you can, but the reason why you're saving money is so when the right time comes, all right, to buy, you're ready. You got to have the cash to be ready. You got to have the cash. You got to have a relationship with a bank to go to. You get a loan. And then when the right deal pops up, you can press that button and execute.
Yep. You never know when that home run deal is coming.
You know, you ever think about the word execute? Execute to me means, make something happen. Do something. But then execute also means to be killed.
Take somebody out.
Doesn't make sense. It's opposite. One's
English,
good, one's
English.
bad, one's, that's your English lesson for today.
Well, I guess if you make the wrong deal, I guess you would be
You could execute a deal and be executed, I guess. I don't know. But what else you got?
Let's see. Shout out Camku. Thank you for the $4.99. I have saved up $40K. Should I buy land in Costa Rica? Thanks for the advice. Longtime fan.
I've never been to Costa Rica. I know a lot of people that go there. I don't know shit about Costa Rica, but I am not leaving the country and investing in real estate. That's me. You might have the balls to do it, but I ain't got them. Plus, my 1031 doesn't allow it. What, Jimmy?
Well, you know what? Our friend Ron Taylor that does all the merchandise and T-shirts, that's where he just went to is Costa Rica.
Well, there you go.
He took his boat down there. He said it's booming down there. The hotels are flourishing. Food, unbelievable.
What is he doing there? Tell me.
He's a boat captain down there. So what he did, took his boat down there. So he's renting his boat out for people going on fishing tours and everything.
Right.
It's booming, he said.
Well, he found some kind of niche in tourism,
Right.
and that's great for him. But let me tell you something. You think this country's screwed up with the police department and the politics? Go to these other countries. They kill each other. They bribe each other. I can't work in that type of arena. You got to make connections. You got to grease people. You got to know the way people are in that area. It's a whole different world. You know that. You travel around the world. Shit ain't like America.
And then also, would it cause some conflict with some relations here in the U.S.? Like, would it cause any extra attention towards a person if they did invest out of the country? You would think. Like talking federally.
No, but as long as you report the income and follow any tax laws you got to follow. A lot of people invest outside the country. A lot of them do it because they know the other country, because maybe they came from the other country, so they know how to make money there. But you take a guy like me, I can't do it. And I've had a lot of opportunities out of the country, and I just don't do it. I can't handle what I got in America. What the hell am I going out of the country for?
Yeah, so as long as you
Jimmy, you should go to Cuba.
As long as you abide by the proper tax laws and stuff like that, you shouldn't have any problems here in the US.
Yeah, you declare money that you made out of the country and you pay them, or you pay this country, and you're going to pay somebody. But I'd rather pay this country than be worried about paying some other government.
Hey, you know what we can do? We can send Vincent.
Yeah, it's very good. That was a racist comment.
No,
He's not Spanish.
I love Vincent.
He's not Spanish.
I love
He doesn't
Vincent.
speak Spanish. You got to send my wife. She's the only one that speaks Spanish.
Or
in the
Little
family.
Ben. Or Aaron.
They don't speak Spanish. You're going to go to Reese and not speak the language? Have fun with that. But I hear there's a lot of Americans there, but that's not for me. But good luck to you. I hope you do well there, as long as you know what the hell you're doing. Because try suing somebody out of the country. That's a fucking joke. Go to fucking another one of these countries, try to sue somebody. It ain't like this country, I'm telling you now. But what else you got?
Shout out Vermont Internet Design. Thank you for the $10. What about starting a company which you can sell shares, then use the money to buy and maintain real estate with the investor money, rather than a bank loan or a traditional mortgage?
Crowdfunding. It's when you get a big crowd together and everybody funds the deal. Crowdfunding. Don't like to be in a crowd.
Is that what Grant Cardone does?
Honestly, I don't know. They do. They raise other people's money. I get plenty of people asking me, sending me from real companies that buy assets that compete with me. I'm competing with the same people doing that shit. So they need to stop doing it. But no, basically, listen, you could do it. You can do anything as long as it's legal and you're doing the right thing. Yeah, you can raise money from other people. But remember, you start playing with other people's money, you better have your shit together. You better watch everything because you're under a microscope and you're subject to all kinds of rules and stuff like that when you start playing with other people's money. That's why I don't like touching other people's money. So I ain't going to answer to nobody. I'd rather start, I worked my way up and it took me 30 years, but, I'd rather do it that way because I'm my own man. I ain't answering to nobody. I'm not sharing in the profits except for, some kids right now, but, the ones that earn it. But anyway, you're working an hour with this week. All right. Anyway, what was he talking about anyway?
pretty much crowdfunding. Would you rather?
Oh
do
yeah,
that
you
or
want
go
to
to
take
a
other
bank?
people's money? You better be careful with it. But yes, you can do all kinds of things. It's just a matter of putting it together. Find out about crowdfunding. There's all kinds of words they use for the similar types of investments.
All right, Luis, thank you again for the super chat. My parents bought land in 1975 for
Damn.
$150K. My mother says hello. Be well.
Hello. She bought land in 1975, 150K. How much is it worth today? I hope it's not that 4.3 million he's talking about. That'd be great. Well, God bless you and your mother, and I hope the best for both of you.
All right, shout out
And your
Steven.
mother's pretty smart buying that land.
Shout out Steven. Thank you for the super chat. Hello from Long Beach, New York.
Long Beach, New York, Long Island.
When is the next live show?
I used to sneak across the Atlantic Bridge because I didn't have a dime with my bicycle to get across that bridge. And I was about 7 or 8 years old to get over to Long Beach because Long Beach was the Nassau County across from, has a bridge from Rockaway to Nassau County. And that was nicer and safer in Long Beach. So it was a good place to take a bike ride along the beach.
I like that question. Are you going to have another show before Christmas, a Christmas special?
I don't know. I was thinking about it, but I figured nobody wants to travel in the holidays to see me. And I'm not dressing up like Santa Claus, but I'll probably do one. I don't know. I got to talk to Happy. I got to talk to Raval. We got to plan it. But it was a great time. Let me tell you, those shows kick my ass because I'm fat and out of weight and out of shape.
Great crowd.
But to be able to meet such great people that all just want nice people, just want to make some friggin' money. Is that a crime? We just all want to make some money and live as best we can while we're here. I went to a funeral today. Everybody's clock's ticking. I don't care who you are, what age you are. Someday it's all over, baby. So, live as best as you can while you're here. And to do it, you got to work hard at first to get there and hopefully have some time. Shit, when the hell am I going to ever get any time to friggin' that's why I try to mix my life up, If you're living good, hey, you can't complain. What else? Hello from New York, by the way.
Let's see here. Shout out Bullet Motorsports. Thank you for the $50.
All right, Bullet Motorsports.
You need to come by one day. Classic cars are a safe asset and investment you can enjoy if bought right. Love the channel. By the way, I'm investing in real estate with your insights. Thank you.
I did the whole classic car thing. I went through that part of my life. It ain't that easy, okay? Those guys at those car auctions, you're like in a den of fucking wolves. You ever been to a car auction? Man, these guys, you got the auctioneers, you got the people buying, you got the people selling. You're in the game with the hardest core people there is when you start buying cars. And you got to be careful. You got to know what the hell you're doing. You got to know about that car. You got to know about values. I had it. I enjoyed it. And now I'm done.
You sold the Batman car.
I sold the Batmobile. I got one car left that's worth some big money. Bob Hope's personal car.
Yeah,
I drove in
I love
Hollywood.
that.
And it was at the World's Fair. I don't know. I'm going to try to sell that too. I don't need it. I'm getting rid of everything. I'm serious. I'm planning my retirement. Let little Ben and Vincent and Aaron, let them deal with this shit. But I'm done.
Well, let me ask you this. How
2
many
more
cars?
years and I'm out.
Let's name them. How many cars you got?
I don't know.
Let's
I
count
got big rolls to go out.
One.
The Bentley for everyday driving.
2.
I've got the water Jeep car.
3.
And then my wife's got cars. She's got her
4,
set.
5.
She's got her Ferrari. She's got her BMW
6,
SUV, and she's got my
7,
convertible Rolls Royce I
8.
gave her for selling her. What did I sell her? Porsche. Anyway, what are you gonna do? We got what we need. We got what we like, and that's it. But right now we ain't buying shit because all the money's going to goddamn bank. Between the bank and his tuition, I'm going broke. All right, what else?
All right, shout out
I can't
Patty.
believe nobody wanted to zoom in. Nobody wants to go to benmallah.com/shop
Working
and get a fast pass and zoom in live. What else?
Let's see. Shout out Patty Mayo. Thank you for the $25.
Patty Mayo. That's the prison. That's the what do you call it, guy? That's the bounty hunter. Patty Mayo, bounty hunter.
He said, how many more Newport cigarette points do you need to get a free house?
How many more Newport cigarette points do you need? Man, I've never cashed in on any points. I wonder how, do they give points? I don't think they do that shit anymore. You don't get nothing anymore. Okay? You get nothing, no points. So
If they did,
What are
you'd
you
be
smoking
having-
today?
If I did,
What do you think? you're
I've been smoking
today?
a lot because I'm fucking depressed. But I used to smoke a pack a day. Now I'm probably up to a pack and a half. And when I'm around you, it goes even up higher.
You thought about
But
cigars?
Patty Mayo, go out there and catch some bail jumpers, baby.
One positive thing did happen to me this week. You know what it was? It was at school. They were talking about how they're going to offer a business course during the summer, but it's a business course.
You're not
And
screwing
which-
up by summer.
that
I'll teach
also
you.
made me. It's fine. I know. I'm just saying. It also reminded myself on how there's no like financial literacy. There's no real financial classes in that everyday high school.
I spoke to the head of school about that. Maybe that's why you're having one. But
Yeah.
listen to this. I got a call from USFF. What's that
No,
stand
it's just-
for?
It's just USF.
Just USF?
University of South Florida.
I got a call from USF in Tampa. They want me to come and speak to a group of students requested me. So because it's for college and for kids, I'm not charging, of course. I'm going to go there and do it. It's right over the bridge here.
Plus, you can't
It's
use
in
profanity.
December.
You can't use profanity.
I forgot what date, but it's in. I can't. Yeah, you can't go to a school like that and start cursing. You know, that's a medical school too. They have a medical program there. It's a big school, USF Tampa. So they want me to come there and talk to young people. I'm going to do it, and you're going to come with me.
Oh my
In
god!
case anybody wants to go into wrestling.
Is it open to like public too?
I don't know. I think maybe just for the students there. I don't know. Contact USF Tampa and say, hey, I heard Ben Mallah's coming there in the middle of December. I want to come.
Yeah,
I think-
anybody in the Tampa area. just,
Anybody in the Tampa area, call it. Maybe the school lets you in. I don't know.
I think you ought to rent out Ruth Eckerd Hall over here where they have the concerts and just have your major big blowout.
Can't do it.
5,000 people.
Everything's online. People ain't got time to go here and there. These people are out there trying to make it in life. They're trying to buy real estate. They ain't got time to come here and, how much it costs these days to travel?
Well, but you just
You
had
should
your,
know. You travel every day.
You just had your couple
But it
of
gets
shows.
paid for by somebody else.
Well, you've had 3 or 4 shows this
but
month.
they always make you take that 520 flight, I noticed.
You've always had,
That's the cheap flight. You
you've
know
had
that,
3 or
Jimmy.
4 shows this month at your hotel.
I mean, yeah, do it at the hotel because we need to raise revenue. But, a couple of hundred people show up. We have a good time. And hopefully it helped a lot of people, But anyway, I can't do that for a living.
Well, I'm not
It'll
saying
kill
do
me.
it for a
It's
living.
hard
Just
work. I don't know how
one-
entertainers do
a
this
Christmas
shit.
special over there.
Christmas
A
special.
couple of guests.
I'll be Santa Claus and you can be an elf.
All right, kid.
Or you can be Rudolph and
I
get
see
your
it.
red nose.
I'm in.
And you can
I'm
be
in.
Jimmy Hart, the Rudolph reindeer.
I'm in. I'm in,
Red-nosed
baby.
reindeer.
What's
What
next,
else we
Aaron?
got, Aaron? Nobody wants to do a Zoom in.
We got
That's
a
ridiculous.
bunch of super chats.
It's a Friday night. That's
Friday
why.
night, they're out
Friday night,
partying. Well, I'm
right.
trying to help people make money.
Yeah, you should be worried about making money. Shout out Josh Castello. Thank you for the $5. To clarify, college costs 20 grand a year. Sorry, I thought you made 20 grand a year. He has 40 grand in cash right now.
Oh.
Wondering if he should pull out now or do something else before debt rolls in. He's 19 years old.
Listen, you're 19 years old in college. Focus on that. All right. If you really want to if you're going to stay in the area you're going to college in, you might want to try to get your real estate license while you're going to college. That would be a really good thing to do. So now you got a real estate license and a college degree. That'll qualify you to become a broker when you graduate college. Okay. So, if college costs you 20 grand a year, I'm sure you got some way of paying it. I hope you're not bleeding to 40 grand in cash. Stash your cash. That's what I'm telling everybody right now. And when I say stash it, put it away somewhere safe that's going to get you the best return. Even a money market account's paying 3% right now. I got money in a money market account. It's sitting there thinking about what I'm going to do to deploy it. And I'm always looking for 5% tax-free muni bonds. That's what I like to do because it's safe. But stash your cash, get your degree, go get a real estate license, and then you can start getting involved in real estate by the people you start meeting by holding your license somewhere. Maybe on the weekends, if you got some extra time, you could show a house or two. You could do a lot of things when you're 19. Army only gave me 4 hours a day sleep. You believe that? The Army told me when I was 19, you only need 4 hours sleep, Private Mallah. 4 fucking hours is all I get. That's all it's entitled to give you. Read the book.
That's all you need. I mean,
Shit, they put my ass on fucking guard duty
I bet you
in
get
the fucking snow outside with a gun in Germany because the stupid, crazy Red Army faction of somebody was bombing our facilities, the terrorist bullshit. And it was freezing my ass off out there. And I'd sleep while I was standing in the cold and the snow was crazy. And then I got smart. And then I met the guy, there was one guy, he gets to sit in the arms room. And you sit in this little room and there's nothing but guns all around, right? M16 rifles mostly. All right, maybe some handguns to the officers. All right, so guards would come in and out on their shifts. It's an easy job. The guards come in to get their fucking guns every like 4 hours or something. They rotate them every 4 hours or something like that. So you wake up, you go, all right, here's your gun. All right. Oh, the other guards come in, you take their gun, you give another guy a new gun. I mean, it was like simple. So you get to sleep every 4-hour breaks. So I slipped a guy, I don't know how much I gave him back then. I slipped him some money that was in charge of the scheduling. I said, hey, can you hook me up with the guard? I like to issue out the weapons. So he did, and that got me off of guard duty.
Plus, it was warm in the building, too.
It was a nice warm. I had a room. I had, probably had a coffee pot in there. I probably had a whatever, and it was warm, and it was great. I always try to find a way out of doing bad shit, hard shit. I was lazy. What else? We have a caller. I don't believe it. Look at those glasses he's wearing. Those are my glasses. Hello. Can you hear us? Take your mute off. We can't hear him. Talk.
I know.
Oh, there you go.
I can hear you.
All right. What's up?
Hey, I can hear you.
All right. So tell me
All
something.
right. Finally, just trying to figure this out. Yes, I got these glasses. You inspired me.
I inspired you. Hey, you look good in those glasses. Let me tell you. Those glasses definitely improve. Please don't take them off.
All right. So I own a drywall company, and it's going rather well. I bought some real estate, but I don't know if I should focus in on that real estate or stay in my lane and stay with doing the construction.
Both. Shit. Why don't you buy plate? I mean, why can't do both? You can't run the business? How many crew you got? How many guys on your crew? Or you running a crew or got drywallers?
I can do both, but I feel like if I focus on one thing or another, getting more employees, I mean, it chews up a lot of my time.
Well, can you find somebody that can find somebody
on
that
one thing or another,
Hey,
getting
can you
more
turn off
employees,
the-
I mean, it chews up a lot of my time.
anyway. Turn something off. You're screwing up. What is he doing? Turn off your speakers or something. All right, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can I talk? I don't want to see his ear. I don't know. Listen, if you can't hear me or see me, I'm going to tell you right now. If you can't do both, then find somebody that can help you so you can do both. Okay? I don't know what kind of real estate you're going into, but if it's going to need a lot of your time and you can't run your sheetrock business, then you got to find a foreman, somebody that can run it, so you can break away and do some real estate stuff. I mean, you can't grow unless you get help. But I don't recommend anybody giving up any money right now that they're earning. If you have the ability to earn money, keep earning it, okay? And if you then try to do the real estate too. Hopefully, I don't know if you can get him back or what, but, he's hanging rock, baby. Hey, can you take care of, I hope I don't do those popcorn ceilings. I don't want to remove all the popcorn ceilings in my hotel. That's going to be a major job.
Which hotel?
In Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, my God.
But hopefully I won't have to do it.
That'll
It looks
take a
fine.
year.
We'll see, because he only hangs sheetrock. He doesn't remove it, probably. What else? My mic
Shout out
working?
Zach. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, your mic's working. Can you rank your sons 1 to 3 by your favorite?
Can I rank them 1 to 3? Ben's number 1, Vince's number 2, and Aaron's number 3.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the only way I can rank them is the way I made them. I mean, they're all different. I mean, but that's it. They're all different. And they all, made me a lot of money and made themselves money and helped the family grow, to build up where we're at today, And there goes Brian down there. I see him. That's the guy that took me to lunch in Lantana. So, I mean, yeah, put Brian on. Brian, what are you doing, Brian?
Hey, man, how's it going, bud?
Pretty
I'm
good.
sick-
Hey, we both got our color done the other day, didn't we?
Listen, let me tell you something. You're learning from you. People got to realize they got to go to your events, because when I went with you to learn over at that property in Lantana, it was a lot of fun. Number one. Number two, the education I got from you, Vincent, little Ben, was amazing. It really was, man. It was
Anyway,
fantastic.
here's the story. If you don't know the story behind Brian, all right. So what happened was a property went on 10X, all right? And the 10X property went up there for auction and down near Palm Beach and Lantana. It was a Winn-Dixie, It was a couple of very, very strange stores.
A laundromat.
There was a West Marine there, baby. A
Laundromat.
beautiful West Marine, a nice Winn-Dixie, and a vacant 85,000 square foot Kmart. And he lives in the neighborhood. That's why I didn't buy it. I said, if this is the kind of people in the neighborhood, I can get out of here. But no. So he actually came and he contacted me and he was telling me about it. I said, I already know about it. Coming down. He said, all right, well, come meet me. Fine. You want to come meet me? Fine. I'm coming there. He came and met me with his other buddy. And we walked the whole shopping center, didn't we?
Yeah, every single piece of the property.
We talked to all the tenants, didn't we?
Absolutely. You talk to everyone.
What happened with that deal, okay, except you didn't realize there was another piece that was included, and I knew about it, and you didn't. You didn't do your homework, soldier.
That's right. You're right,
So
Ben.
there was another piece. And then right next to it, what really scared the shit out of me was City Hall. And when you do any kind of construction work around City Hall, you're going to be under a fucking magnifying glass. And those people in South Florida can be real pain in the asses, let me tell you. So anyway, but that wasn't the reason, because I don't care. I'll do whatever they want. Point was, I was worried about that deal. The guy may have bought it for a good deal back then, but he doesn't realize he missed the goddamn boat. All right. The guy that owned it, the guy that was selling it was there. So the point was, it went to auction. I didn't participate in the auction because I just didn't feel like it was worth my time. And I was too scared because I lived too far away. It was too big of an empty space. And I don't think Amazon's going in there. So basically, I had a feeling after seeing the guy selling it that it wasn't going to sell. Nobody's going to offer him what he wanted, and the auction would just go bye-bye. And that's what happened. They sent me an email today saying that if you want to make an offer on it, it didn't sell at auction, and now they're looking for offers. I might relook at it now and see how low the guy will go, but it's too risky for me. I don't know what to do with 85,000 square foot empty space. I don't have those connections in retail.
Well,
And
I'll
then
tell
other
you,
people saying, knock the whole place down except the Winn-Dixie and the West Marine and then build apartments. I'm not that big of a big shot. Maybe some South Florida guy will do that, but I can't do it. So that was a story on that time. But let me tell you, these guys, it was right before my birthday too. This guy and his buddy took me to his buddy's restaurant. And Jimmy, you totally insulted him by not eating there. And I had,
it's okay.
I'm from New York. That was food that you could never even get in New York. That food was so good. He had bagels. He had lox. He brought us out every salad you can imagine. Shrimp salad, salmon salad, chicken salad, egg salad, tuna, everything. He brought us out lox, bagels. He had your fucking pea soup you wanted, but you went down the goddamn block to eat it.
Did you leave a tip?
No, I think, we left the tip because he wouldn't charge me. He brought out this whole feast for our Jewish New York king. We had matzo ball soup. We had matzo brie. We had every corned beef sandwich is stacked. I mean, he put us away. I almost had to go to the hospital. I mean, little Ben, Vincent, they couldn't even talk. They ate so much. And Jimmy was down the hall and his little pea soup. You missed out on a great place. So your buddy, you tell him again, I said, thank you. It was a great birthday meal I had. Thanks for meeting me down here and looking. You never know. One day, I don't know, somebody might call me and say, hey, anybody got 85,000 square foot? I'll say, oh, yeah, I do. But that's the story. But I appreciate it. And then when I come, my boat didn't sell in the show, but I still got to get back down there. I'll definitely give you a call if I'm in that area.
Oh, the boat didn't sail?
No, we actually went and saw it, Ben. Tony was on it. Tony was on it with his wife. I had seen it. I was at the boat show. We went Wednesday. First day.
You probably a buyer.
I like it.
Right now, it's tough, Ben.
It's on the market, but I'll keep using it. I don't care.
I love that boat.
I'll keep using it. Listen, I can't really buy the boat I really want for 2 years until I'm ready to retire. I'm not going to spend a lot of money on a boat. So for right now, if I sell it, I sell it. If I don't, I don't. That boat's small enough where it's only about 76 feet. Eric can run it. If the captain gets hurt or something, I go, Eric can run that boat.
It's a beautiful boat. I love the boat. It's got 4 or 5 bedrooms in there. It's got a kitchen. It's got everything that you really want. I kept going, what do you want to sell it for? We went to Bimini and
it ain't got no room for the toys. I got boards, and then I want to actually get a boat, that can handle a tender and a jet ski at the same time. But I don't want one of those giant ass lifts on the freaking top deck. But I got 2 years. If I have to keep this boat for 2 years, I will. I don't care. What else? What else, Brian? What did you find any deals? What about that gas station you told me about? There's no way that those numbers made sense. Nobody's giving away a property like that. So what was the catch to it?
You want to know what the catch was?
Yeah.
They left half the property off.
Oh, well, I don't know. It's
Now
all the numbers to me. For the money the guy was looking, for the rent that you're going to collect, there was no way that deal was way too good to be true. It couldn't have been real. So
You're
I don't know.
absolutely correct. He had the property. It was actually a divide because it has a car wash on it. The one side is the gas station, the one part of the property. The other part is the car wash, and he wants that with the car wash side, not with the gas station side.
It's all about money in and money out. I don't care if there was a Jimmy Hart's donkey store on it. No offense. I didn't mean that in an offensive
a
way.
donkey store.
But I don't care. As long as I know he's going to pay the rent and how much the rent is versus how much I'm paying for the property. Real estate is the simplest thing in the world. How much money's coming in and how much you got to pay to keep it, to own it. That's it. So, but I appreciate, if you come across anything, shoot it my way.
But you know what? It's probably
Ben, I met a guy yesterday that could probably help you a lot. He's another broker. He's over in Fort Myers getting ready to come on this side, he said. Him and his wife, his name is Jim. Okay, he's actually watching right now with his wife down at the Hard Rock.
Yeah, I want a broker that's down at the Hard Rock. Okay, thanks a lot.
No, he's homeless right now. He lost his house.
He's homeless in the Hard Rock. You want me to hire a broker that's homeless in the Hard Rock? Listen, you're not even. I found out about you. You're not allowed in the Hard Rock no more. I'm going to find out.
I was there yesterday.
Yeah, bullshit. You must have put the wig on again. He has to go to Hard Rock. He puts a wig on because they won't let him in. And so he has to disguise himself to get into Hard Rock. What did you do? I'm going to find out about your friend there.
3 jackpots yesterday, and this is number 8.
Well, I might be hitting you up for a
loan.
I
still lost.
Hey, I really appreciate it. I'll call you soon and send me a deal. All right?
Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Jimmy. Bye, Aaron. Have a great night, guys.
All right. Tell your bagel boy I said hi. Hey, but, hey, I meet people and I love it, because everybody just wants to make something happen. Make something happen. He's the type of guy who likes to make shit happen, but I'm going to find out why he's not allowed in the Hard Rock anymore. Yeah, he keeps a wig in his car, so whenever he goes to Hard Rock, he puts the wig on so the cameras don't recognize him. All right, what else we got?
All right, shout out Andrew. Thank you for the super chat. I make $140K a year on $400,000 house.
Own a $400,000
with
house.
20 grand equity, 100 grand in the bank. What would you do? I would buy a property, but I'm worried about the economy.
I mean, listen, number one, you ain't got a lot of equity in that house. You only got 20 grand on 400K. Then you're leveraged to the hill on that house. Hopefully you locked in a decent interest rate. So you can't tap your house for no money because there ain't none there. All right. You got 100 grand in the bank. Well, everybody honestly has for an emergency. If you're age 35 or more, you should have 100 grand in the bank for protection. I mean, you always got to have some kind of emergency money for you never know what. Maybe a good deal will pop up, and then it's worth using that emergency money because it's going to make you 200,000. Who knows? But I mean, basically, if you want to risk that 100 grand, because you're making a good salary, and if you're not living above your means, now's the time to make a deal happen. Find, opportunity out there. There's always going to be opportunity no matter what the damn market is. Up, down, all around. Interest is up, interest is down. Somewhere out there in your circular area, whatever you want to call it, circumference, is a deal. You got to find it. You got to make it. Like I said, the only advice I can give people right now is go and fight to get the price down. Make offers. If you got a broker that's not willing to play the game, find another broker. Now's the time to look for all the shit that's sitting on the market over 30 days. And if it ain't sold and it ain't go pending, then make an offer because there's something going on there. They ain't moving. Must be the price. See if the seller's willing to come down to reality. So if you want to take that 100 grand and go out and buy, 100 grand is going to get you a $500,000 deal. You realize that, right, Jimmy?
Yeah, but you just told him you need to keep $100,000 in the bank
Well,
for an emergency. If he spends that, he won't have it.
No risk, no reward. If he knows he's buying a deal that's going to make him money, use the 100 grand. All right, or
But how does he know it's going to make
him money?
He's making
140 grand a year, so he's protected.
Scared money.
All right,
doesn't make any money.
Ooh, scared money.
But your daddy just got through saying if you don't have $100,000 in there,
that's where you should have a short-term goal to always live your life. If you're over 35 or something, but he's making 140 grand a year. All right, so he ain't no schlemiel. He's got some good job. He's making good money. Now, go out there and line yourself up with the financing. He could buy up to a $500,000 deal. He might be able to find a $500,000 deal and make $100 on it. Then he'll have $200,000. Then he'll put $100 in the bag and take the $100 and go do something else. That's what I did. Keep recycling your profits, and your money. What else?
Shout out Daniel. Hey Ben, if you end up getting the cell towers on your land, make sure you hire a cell tower consultant to make sure you get the best long-term leases.
Well, basically, I already got a deal on the table. Little Ben's handling it. And we're not putting them on land. We're putting them on roofs, baby, on the roof of John's Pass. He's been telling me about it for a long time. And I need to check back with him and say, hey, what's going on with the cell towers on the roof? You promised me another $30,000 a year for that. And then, I can have a consultant look at it. We'll look into that. Tell your brother that there are cell tower consultants out there. Or if you want to do me a favor, go to askben@benmallah.com and give us a referral to somebody, or we'll look it up and we'll try to compare the lease that was put on the table to what this guy can do. But he's going to have to do a whole lot more than just pay his fee. He ain't doing this shit for free.
But would they put the cell towers up knowing that every year we have these unbelievable storms that come through here?
Listen, you can't control Mother Nature, all right? If we didn't have cell towers everywhere, you would use cell phone. So what are we going to do? Stop using our cell phones and have cell towers?
Well, I'm just
Come on,
asking
Jimmy.
Well,
Come on, Jimmy.
Hey, they're
gonna
working
use
without the towers there now.
Listen, but but don't you think this has to grow? What people, they're running their lives on these things now. Their business, their lives, everything. I can track Aaron every move he makes. You need more cell towers, or else too many people will be on the goddamn thing, and you won't get good. You remember? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? You know why you couldn't hear? Because they didn't have enough cell towers. It's called progress.
Just saying, it could be a hell of a lawsuit on your property or
not
something.
Lawsuits.
Well, I'm just
Listen,
telling
if
you.
I worry about every fucking little thing that you do, I have nothing. I go, no, I'm sorry. You got insurance if it hurts somebody. They're paying me a lease. They're responsible for running their towers on my roof. All I'm doing is renting them the space on my roof where nobody even goes. Makes sense to me. I'll put them every fucking hotel there is. I don't care. I'll roof the shit out of cell towers.
What about here at the Sandcastle?
Hell yeah. Put one on my freaking house and they pay me. And if the city would let them.
There you go.
All right, what else?
All right, shout out Greg. Thank you for the $20. Love the content. I own a successful drywall company.
Again with the drywall.
Do I dive into real estate? I do well, but not even close to your level. By the way, so far I'm 1.5 million in sales per year and growing.
Listen, if you're in any kind of construction business, you're one step ahead of me because I didn't know shit about construction. I still don't. And if you got the ability, if you're hanging drywall, it means you know how to get everything else done cheap. Because if you're hanging drywall, I bet you know the goddamn framers that are hanging the framing before they hang the drywall. And I bet you know the plumbers. And I bet you know the electricians. And I bet you're going to get a really good price because you know the business and you're in that circle. So, typically I always tell construction guys, listen, you guys need to find beat up old shit and fix it up. And or build if you can raise the money to build.
That's why a little bit is looking into building because that's where the money's at right now. I mean, there's
build
big profits
something,
when it comes to building.
Let me tell you, I know guys, they buy a piece of land for $1 million. Or I'll tell you, the story with Ben Jr. All right, he didn't buy the land, he stole it from me. He carved out a piece of the parking lot in a parking lot. All right, or you go out and buy a piece of land. And he threw $1 million into building 4 stores, right? All right, $1.2 million, whatever it was. All right. I got an offer on the table right now for $4.5 million. Okay. And all he did was steal my land and throw $1 million into it. That's a profit of probably $3 million by the time it's all said and done. All right. It may not be that big of a number in another location, but I know for a fact, if you could build something and you can rent it out, you can double your money. Because you're creating something. You're creating something that wasn't there. You got a tenant there paying your rent. And if the rent calculates properly, you got to make sure it does before you build it. You can rent it for so much money per square foot. Then once it's rented and it's just an investment asset, you can double your money. So anybody in construction business, you should seriously think about building. I heard prices are coming down now in lumber and all materials anyway. So, try to do both. Keep your business going and try to start with a smaller place if you have to. Buy a fixer-up house and flip it. Do something, all right? As long as you're doing something that is positive, that's going to create some more income or more money in your life.
Buy and sell, but don't lease, right? Right? Don't lease.
Yeah.
What do you mean don't lease?
Because
Everybody
you're right.
leases pays
You're
me.
right.
But I know, but you told me before when you look at property,
You're better
something's for
off
lease,
buying
don't buy.
something than renting something. Don't lease something out. But he wants to make money in real estate. You know, if you own a business, it might make sense for you to own it, or not now because interest rates are up. It used to make a lot of sense to not pay rent. Now it could be the opposite. Now it could clearly be that point in the cycle where it makes no sense where it pays the goddamn rent versus owning. It depends on the numbers. Maybe if you can rent a place for $1,500 a month, but to buy it costs $300,000, it don't make sense to own it. All right.
We have a
We
caller.
done? We got a caller? We have a
Hey,
caller.
Ben. How are you?
Fine. How are you?
Good, good. So my family and I, we just sold a property in New York, and it's in a 1031. And I was wondering, what are you thinking about the villages in Florida? Because my parents really want to invest in the villages for some reason.
Have they been there?
Sorry?
Have they been there?
Yes, we're here right now, actually.
You're in the villages.
Yeah.
The villages, if anybody doesn't know what the
That's about
villages is,
Ocala.
some guy went out to this middle part of Florida where there was nothing existed, and he created senior living retirement world. It's its own city, its own everything, but it's based around people that just want to come to Florida and retire and not have to spend the kind of money they spend in South Florida. And it works for a lot of people. A village is a great thriving place because, you know, there's always people coming in, there's people going out because you know how they're going out. They're going out box. But
Yeah.
there's always new people coming in. So basically, what do you want? Do they live in the villages?
They don't right now, but we bought one property already in a 1031. So
What
of
kind of
course you
property?
can't. It was a single family.
So I don't understand. What are you doing in the villages if you don't live there? That's where people live. Nobody vacations
Well,
in the village.
they're eventually going to go there. They're
So
going to
they're
live there.
there,
for a
and what do you? I mean, okay. So if they're eventually going to go there,
Yep.
then you know it's nice to have assets close to you. You know, it depends on the assets you're buying.
That's the
house you
problem.
bought-
Our assets are all in New York, so that's the problem. So
But you're 1031 in them. Are they in the mark? Are they in contract to sell?
yes,
So when you sell, you got to start looking now. All right, now
Yeah.
before you close. When do you close on those properties?
no, it's sold. So the property that we sold already. So the cash is there. We already bought one property already. The contract is like the closing already happened. So now we have more money, and my parents are considering cashing out as opposed to buying another property, considering the current climate. So we're not sure what to
tax
do.
bill that they got to pay.
Exactly, it's
tax,
40%.
the basis.
40%. Yeah.
Oh, because of New York.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Can they move to Florida? Or they still got to pay New York.
Oh, they're going
I
to
don't
move to
know.
Florida in 2
That's
years.
the problem. In Florida, it would only been 20. You know,
Yeah.
so that's the problem. You're in New York. You got a 1031 to get rid of all that cash.
Yeah.
I don't know if your time's up or not. Is your time up?
6 days.
How much you got to spend? You need to consult with Ben if you want
Yep,
to do some emergency shit.
we
You
have
got
about- Sorry. Yeah, we have about one left over.
1 million.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you want to give New York about 400 grand to that, you know, if I was you, I'd be getting me on the phone first thing tomorrow and see
Yeah.
what where you can slam a deal because as the actual 6 months are up, we need to talk on the phone. I can't talk to you right now for a lot
Sure.
of reasons.
Sure.
But if you're really serious about saving that 400 grand, you know, and not paying the tax, and you want a 1031 into something you can always sell and get your money back.
Yeah.
I mean, I would call me tomorrow if I was you.
He can
Okay.
You know, you
Okay,
know, if
sounds
you
good.
want, I go get a consult with Ben, and we get busy. And I tell you right now, you know, I'd even probably try to recommend where you can buy something.
Yeah.
You know, but you only got that little bit of a time. That's not a lot of time to get clear title and all that. That's gonna be a problem. But
But
you know
would you
what?
buy? Yeah.
1031 qualifies for a lease. Also, you can do a
Okay.
long-term lease with a 1031.
Sure. So would you buy the new construction and then just try to flip it after 2 years, or what?
I don't know what 2 years is going to be. The new construction would be worth less.
Sure.
So with interest rates climbing right now, you got to be very careful with houses.
Yeah.
People are not qualifying for what they used to qualify for.
Sure.
So, you know, houses have to come down. The same guy that was paying 3% interest on a $500,000 house doesn't qualify for a $500,000 house anymore.
Yeah.
Because now his interest is going to be double.
Yep.
So he can't buy 500. He'd be lucky to buy 300 or 250. That's
Sure.
just the way the numbers work. You got debt to ratio.
Okay.
You know, it's simple as that. But, you know, All right. Well, you're in a serious situation, but the Village is a safe place to invest, provided you buy the right asset. If I was your parents, they don't want a bunch of headaches. I'd be looking at more commercial real estate, medical offices, dental, hearing. All that shit is in the Villages. It's all making money. It's going to keep making money. Food, hair. Old people love to get their hair done. You go about once a week, don't you, Jimmy?
You go more than me. Hey, you know what? The restaurants up there are unbelievable. A friend of mine in Ocala up there where the Villages really are, went up there. They got all kind of beautiful restaurants. The places are great. They've got golf course. They've got everything.
But they didn't have enough salt in the food.
They probably have what they want. Listen, I got to get up early in the morning.
Oh, yeah, you got to go.
I love you guys. Ben,
All right,
Ben
Jimmy.
is a man. And out of the
What time you got to catch a flight in the morning?
Very early, 5:20.
Oh,
But I want to know, out of your three sons, which is number one?
Oldest is number one. He's got 20 years of experience in making me money.
There you go. You heard it from the man himself.
But the other ones are catching up.
There you go.
All right. Good luck.
Love you.
All right,
Bye.
thank you.
Check
All right,
with
take
Ben,
care.
baby. He
Get me
knows
on
it
the
all.
phone. All right. What do you got, Aaron?
All right, Louise, thank you again for the super chat. Appreciate it. Ben, another option is to build a 68 units mixed use building. I'm zoned by the city and 300 units being built one block away. Can you think
Another
about
option is to build 68 units mixed use. I'm zoned.
it? Looks like
Listen, if you got the money to build, work the numbers, but that 68 units to build in South Florida, have fun with that. That's not going to be cheap, and you got all the cost involved in building. It's not cheap. So, you got to work the numbers. If I was you, I don't know. If you, I don't know how much you're making. If you're making a whole bunch of money on that deal, $4 million, you're making millions of dollars. You might want to just take that money and be happy you made it and put it in something safe that's going to make you another return. But get me on the phone if you want to talk specifics, but you better be careful about building. There's a lot of extra expenses you don't realize in building just to get the guy, even before you get off the goddamn ground. You got engineers, you got architects, you got this engineer, you got that engineer, you got zoning, you got the utility easements, you got to run utilities. It's a lot of shit, let me tell you, but it could pay off. But in this market, I'd be careful because, like I said, with interest rates coming down, price of real estate's going to come down. And you could be paying to build it and end up spending more than the goddamn thing's worth. Every deal I look at that's pretty new right now, they're all saying below replacement cost. So they're selling it below what they paid to build it. Because the numbers don't work. It's all about the numbers. What can it rent for after it's built? What else, Aaron?
All right, shout out Giant Size Economics. Thank you for the $5. Sold the property for $2.1 million, and it's in a 1031. Considering investing in the Villages,
Fuck that guy.
new construction,
Another guy.
and flipping after 2 years. Thoughts? That's the same
Listen,
guy.
I mean, the only time the 2-year thing comes into play is when you live in it. If you live in it, the price goes up. You're entitled to not have to pay tax on the first $250,000 per person, $500,000 if you're married. But listen. Right now, you need to look for a good deal that meets you. Meets the right return on your investment. It doesn't have any upside. I mean, the Villages, I don't know. I think, I don't know the market that well out there. The only thing that comes to mind, the Villages, is retail. Because everybody that's living there lives in a condo in these big giant condo places or in houses and, but I don't know how much room there is in flipping there. But hey, if there's a deal and you can find it, then do it. It's all about having the deal. If you got a deal, then make the deal happen. Everything works as long as it's making you money.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, Luis, thank you again for the super chat. My parents bought land 150K in 1975,
We
and
heard
now
that already.
I know. Now they offered 4.2 million. Thankfully, we back away when you warned us 2 years ago. Thank you.
I don't understand.
He's just saying thank you.
For
pretty
what?
much.
My parents
telling
bought
him.
land, 150 grand. I remember him back in 1975. Now they offered 4.2. So I don't know. What were you going to sell it for? I think you were going to sell it for like 2 or 3 million. But anyway, the point is this: if you and your mom got millions of dollars in the bank, even if you had to pay tax on the goddamn thing, I don't know. I mean, it's a great thing, So now whether you want to reinvest it or not, but get that money and live happily ever after. What else, Aaron?
Let's see. Goopreet, thank you for the 199. What's a good cap rate when investing? Is 7 cap good?
I mean, listen, it's real simple. Depends on how much, you got to figure out what's your return on your money. Are you borrowing money from the bank? How much are you borrowing? What's the interest rate going to be? I mean, it used to be really good to get a 7 cap. Now 7 cap is, that's okay. but it's good. 7 cap is good, but it depends on how much you're paying the bank for interest. Okay, if you go buy a dollar store for $1 million and it's a 7 cap, they're going to pay you 70 grand a year. If you're going to borrow everything you can, which is 800,000 from the bank, and you got to pay them 6% interest, that's $48,000 a year. 70,000 from 48 is what? 22?
Yeah, I'd say so.
So your 200,000 down got you 22,000 a year, which is, play it safe, it's a 10% return on your money. It used to be 20 when interest rates were half that, okay? Or it was 15 for the average guy. So because interest rates went up, you lost, all that return. But, that's the way it is. If you can live with a 7 cap based on your down payment and your thing, and you're going to get 10% on your money, yeah, it's a safe deal. Is it have any upside? No. And maybe if the rent increases a little, but there's no upside in those type of deals typically. If you go out and buy a KFC with a 7 cap, you're stuck for 10 years. You might have little increases along the way, but, it's a good investment in real estate. I'd do it.
All right. Shout out Bryson. Thank you for the $10. Hey, Ben, I turned 20 in May and got my real estate license here in Greensville, South Carolina.
Greensville, South Carolina.
About 3 months ago.
Is that
Networking
near
daily.
Columbia? I went to boot camp in Columbia.
Do you have any advice for a new agent looking to get into investing in near future? Thank you.
Listen, if you just got your real estate license, you're 20 years old, you got to get around people that are making money. Who's out there making deals? Who's making commissions? And you need to ride on their coattail and learn everything they're doing and help them as much as you can so you'll get a piece of the action. And you need to get around the shakers and the movers. Don't waste your time unless somebody's making, good money, the kind of money you plan on making one day, but, and then if you're just doing residential, try to list houses and, everybody's a potential customer. Everybody you meet, always be able to give somebody a card. I mean, I know we're fancy with the phones now, but you still need to have business cards. And, you ask people, hey, by the way, do you rent or you own? Hey, by the way, do you rent or you own? All right, rent. Oh, how much you paying? Oh, a couple of grand a month, couple of grand. You can own a house. And then maybe you can qualify them and see if they can buy a house and sell them a house and make a nice commission. It's, real estate sales is all about networking, and everybody that you encounter is a potential customer to either buy something or sell something. And then you need to stack your money. And then when the really good deals come in, you buy them for yourself.
Exactly.
But get around people making money so you have a nice income coming in and try to get out there and work with people. Work with people that they don't even have money. Get hooked up with a broker that does loans. Because this way, if you found somebody and said, well, I don't think I can get a loan. Well, I got a guy that you can talk to. Then you send them to the guy that they can talk to. He tells you whether or not they can buy anything. And then, you got a good customer. That's the way it works. It's all when you put into it.
Excuse to not buy the house. Or whatever
right now, I talk to people all the time. They're buying shit, FHA, 3.5% down. I talk to guys with VA loans with no money down. I mean, or they got to put 5 down, 10 down, whatever. You got to find out whether they have the means and the ability to do a deal, because you only get paid if they do the deal. So you got to help them do the deal, and then you'll make money. What else?
Shout out Daniel. Convert the Kmart into a storage facility.
Yeah. I thought of that. You got to go in there and you got to frame shit up. The ceiling wasn't that high. So, it'd only be a 1-story. And then how are you going to reach the shit that's up here? The ceilings were only about 12 feet high. I could make it a 1-level storage place and frame up all that shit and lockers and all that crap and then have to run a business. I don't know. Didn't they have to have lanes and alleys? And I don't know. It could be possible, but it's just not for me. I don't want to be in business. I just want to be the landlord. Pay me the goddamn rent. Leave me the hell alone. If something breaks, I'll send Schmuck over to fix it. What else?
All right. Shout out Ben. Thank you for the $9.99. Let's go. Buying 2 duplexes, 1 FHA, another 1 owner financing, both 15% below asking. Any advice on meeting their terms? Putting $20K down, needing $5 to $8K rehab. Is it too much? Cash flow on both is $7 to $8 grand a year.
I mean, what are you doing here? You're putting 20% down. I mean, if you get both of those deals at 20% down, I mean, there's a lot more questions I'm going to have to ask you. You need to get on the phone with me and do a private conversation because we need to know how much you're paying for these things. What's if they're both cash flowing 7,000 to 8,000 a year, but is that after your mortgage is paid, the debt's paid, and everything's paid, the taxes, the insurance, the maintenance, the mortgage, and all that stuff? I mean, if they're both cash flowing 7 or 8 grand a year, and you're only getting involved with 20 grand, and you're throwing another 10 into rehab. I mean, you'll be into 30 grand. You'll have 16,000 a year coming in if these numbers are right. I mean, yeah, where else can you do? You're going to make $16,000 a year, $15,000 a year on $30,000 investment? That's crazy. You're going to get a 50% return on your money. That's unheard of. So if you can do it, then do it, baby. But I hope all those numbers are what you're telling me and you accounted for all your expenses.
All right. Shout out Tyler. Have you been to Bermuda before? Investment worthy if you want an adventure. Also, what happened to the old studio with the lions? Are those drapes from a hotel banquet room?
Ha, ha, ha. Number one, I'm not going to goddamn Bermuda. People disappear. You ever heard of the Bermuda Triangle? Okay. I can just see me going in there with my boat. How far is Bermuda? My boat can't make it to Bermuda, can it? Going to Bermuda and disappearing? No thanks. And I got enough adventure in my life. Anyway, I'm married to Carla. Also, what happened to the old studio? The old studio, I don't know. We've had a couple of studios. Right now, we're in my house. I gave up one of my bedrooms to you people. All right? I gave up a bedroom in a guest house. And the curtains, I hate to tell you, but the person that designed this house was like a world-renowned designer. And these curtains were hand-picked and came from Egypt. So, I don't know. Anyway, that's the story. My curtains in my hotel room are not this nice. All right. Thank you. Are we done?
No, actually, I have a few more super chats. Aaron just left for a second.
What happened to Aaron? He had to go.
He's opening the front. No, he's opening the door for somebody.
Who the hell's coming to my house during a podcast? Who's got the goddamn nerve? One of his friends?
I don't know, but thank you to Golden Standard. Thank you for the super chat, Ben. Sending positive energy your way and your family. I have a house but bad credit, but I want a HELOC. Do you know any private lenders because my credit won't be accepted by my bank?
Where the hell did you learn English? You actually speak pretty good for a guy that didn't live in the U.S.
But read that. That's
ago.
Like kind of messed up.
Maybe he's Polish too.
Right.
Anyway, listen. If you need the money right now, who is it? The barber. Oh, the barber's here to give his haircut. See, he has a barber coming to the house. I had that happen today. He wanted me to drive to the goddamn shop tomorrow. I got enough shit to do. Let him come here. All right. Anyway, listen, you really got to work on your credit. I mean, the money that you spend fixing your credit will help you forever. And then you'll end up getting a HELOC from the bank. But in the meantime, if you can't wait and fix your credit first, which I recommend, you're going to have to find a mortgage broker. And he's going to know every level of banking there is in brokers and hard money lenders. And you're going to be paying, you're probably going to be paying 10% if the bank's charging 6%. So, you got to have to find, I don't have anybody to recommend. I don't know where you're at, but go online and look for brokers.
Oh,
and just,
my God.
What?
Rafal, you already messed up. I was gone for 2 seconds.
And anyway, my ex partner used to say we're dialing for dollars. You get on the phone, you call guys that are in the business of loaning money, and you find out if you tell them your story and if they can help you or not. That's what you got to do. You got to go out there and find the money. Go online and find brokers in your area. But I'm telling you now, if you want to worry about the rest of your life and your future, get your credit straight. You might be able to make deals. They got credit agencies that I think are nonprofit that'll help you. They know all the tricks. They know the letters. They already have the form letters to send people, and they have time limits when they have to respond, and they know how to clean your credit up. There's nothing more important than have a clean credit in this world, or to me.
You know, out of the 1,000 people, only 280 liked it so far?
Like what?
Like the video?
What video?
The live.
What live?
This live.
What are you talking about?
Only 280 people have liked this live out of the 1,000 watching right now.
You don't watch shit you don't like? I watch shit I don't like all the time. Well, everybody dislike it then. How about that? All right, what else we got? We got any calls? We got any chats? We got something? Give me something.
A couple more super chats.
You know,
Shout out.
real estate, it's got to be like a religion. You know, you got to practice it like a religion if you really want to make money in it. So even now, I'm not making money for myself in real estate. If I'm helping other people, I feel like it's a positive thing. It's like a religion.
It is. I mean,
what a name for it.
You know, you're not the majority of people. The problem is, am I right or am I wrong?
You're wrong.
Government and schools want you to work.
They want you to learn. I mean, schools.
They want you to be workers.
I don't know. I guess maybe. I don't know. No, the government. I mean, the government has a lot of programs. Our government. If it wasn't for the rules and tax laws in our government, I would not be here today.
No, you're right.
Schools and government are kind of two different things. Schools want you to learn.
I mean, schools.
You know, schools want you to learn. You know, but they want you to learn the basics so you can come out here and operate in the real world and have the basic skills. You know, I mean, you know, that's the way it is. You got to learn a lot of stuff. If you're like, I'm never going to use this stuff, but it's not that you learn in that subject. It's that you're making your brain work.
You're right.
You know, and you're thinking and you're learning and you're thinking and you're processing information and you're going to be knowledgeable. Who knows? What maybe something you learned in history, you might be able to hold an intelligent conversation with somebody because you learned about it.
But then also, why do the majority of high schools not teach you anything about taxes? Don't teach you anything about any of this stuff that you're going to apply the day you turn 18?
Because those are worldly type things, you know, and then school is there to educate you to be able to deal with the world and learn the way of the world. But I mean, yeah, they need to teach kids, you know, more about how to live in today's world and, you know, and how it works and how to make money. But they can't throw everything at you, you know, but you got to have the requirements. Somebody set it up and say, okay, everybody needs to know so much chemistry, so much math, so much
wait. Listen to this. I just thought about this. High schools require you to take an art class or some kind of physical class, but they don't require you to take a financial literacy class.
Well, you know, because educators are educators.
It's irresponsible.
They're not people that went out and really, you know, and had businesses and stuff like that. Well, but they
require you to take an art class, but they don't require you to take a financial literacy class.
Well, they want you to have a balance in life and know, you know, art and know and be physically fit too. So
nobody see the problem with that.
Well, you know, the first 18 years of your life, that's it. But that's why you're lucky. You know, after school, instead of going out and playing with your ball, play real estate. Go online, look for a deal. You know, but anyway, it's the way it is, you know. I don't tell you. I mean, there's an old saying, but, you know, a lot of people aren't going to like it. Those who can do, those who can't teach. And those who can't teach Jim. But that's not true. It's like, I mean, if it wasn't for teachers, I mean, teachers are the most important people in the world. You know why? Right. I love teachers. Right. Teachers are the greatest people in the world. You know why? Because they raise your kids. Okay? I don't see you in the morning, you're gone. You're too early, I ain't up. I don't see you all day. And then at night, you got homework to do. I see you for 30 minutes at dinner. And then you got to go back to your room. You got to study and you got to get to bed because you got to get up at 5:45 in the morning. So 5 days out of the week, I don't see you. They raise my kids.
You're right.
And they teach you guys.
They teach us
and,
the basics.
It's important because I ain't got time for that shit.
You're 100% right.
And I don't know shit.
But
I mean,
still
you know,
have a huge problem.
Most of the conversations I have with intellectuals, I stand there and just listen because I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. What?
No, you're right. All right, let's.
You better shave before you go to school, Mark. The dean's going to kick your ass. That little peach fuzz you got down there. And that mustache, go too. Anyway, what are you going to do? School's important. And then, you know, you need to focus when you get to college. And, you know, and also that's when the numbers really get hard. All right.
All right. Shout out Ezio. Thank you for the $2. What is your favorite cuisine?
My favorite cuisine. I like everything, okay? I just don't like lean cuisine. I like fat cuisine, okay? I mean, my favorite food, I went to dinner last night, Italian dinner. If anybody's on my Instagram, I showed you. The guy gave us this beautiful plate of veal, and the owner baked us a cake and served it to us, you know? I like Italian. I like everything.
That was a real,
you know? The only thing I don't like is I don't like
Italian.
hot and spicy shit. You know, I don't see how my wife does that. Eats all that hot and spicy shit. It ruins the fucking meal. Where is the pleasure in eating something and burning your goddamn tongue? You do it too because you have Mexican.
I love spicy food.
Why? It ruins the meal.
It's the taste. It's the taste.
Anyway, I like everything as long as it's good, except Polish food. Polish food sucks. Even their sausage ain't that good. We make better sausage than you. The best sausage I like this week is andouille sausage from New Orleans. That's some good shit. Andouille sausage. I don't know what's in it. I don't want to know what's in it. But it tastes good.
All right, shout out hello. Thank you for the $5. Ben, I'm buying two duplexes, one single family home, one fourplex, 3,000 miles away from where I live and managing it remotely. 11% cash on cash. What do you think? 5 by 20-year
amortization. Amortization.
Can you explain that to people? I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
Cash on cash. What do you think? 5-year 20. That sounds like it's a loan. It's a 20-year loan, but for the first 5 years, I don't know. It could be that the interest rate's fixed. I don't know what the rate is. It's 7% for 5 years. Listen, if it cash flows, it cash flows. And if you're happy with the cash on cash, then do it. You got no choice. You can't change the market. You can't change the rates. You can shop around for better rates, but it is what it is. The thing is, are these properties going to be worth more money? Can you raise the rent? Can you make them do anything to them to make them run cheaper or make more money and increase the value in them? Or sit back and get your 11% cash on cash and be happy. 3,000 miles away, all right, 2 duplexes, that's 4 units. A house, that's 5 units. A fourplex, that's 9 units. I mean, play it by ear. If you can handle it, handle it. Have the tenants pay you electronically somehow, through the bank or whatever. That's what everybody's doing. And if they got something broke that needs to be fixed, you're going to have somebody out there in that area 3,000 miles away that can run and fix something if it's there, if it's something that you're responsible with, and then make sure the place is maintained. You better make sure you can manage them. I mean, it shouldn't be hard to manage, but you're going to need somebody out there to back you up. You ain't going to get on a plane and go 3,000 goddamn miles every time somebody has a fucking stopped up toilet, or you with a plunger. You get on a plane with a plunger.
You can't do that quick either.
Spend $1,000. There goes your cash on cash.
3,000 miles.
3,000 miles.
That's a 6-hour flight.
That's from here to California. One of my planes don't even go 3,000 miles. It only goes 2,800 miles. All right, what else we got? You better make sure you can manage that shit, or have somebody out there to help you.
Shout out Young Biddy. Thank you for the $20. When is it possible to get a hard money loan for $2 to $3 million, or is it easier just to get a construction loan for 7%? I'm a developer in New Jersey. I see deals, just no capital to build. Please keep these podcasts going. I'm learning a lot.
Listen, you got to have some capital, unless you're going to talk a guy into being a partner. All right, which you don't want to do unless you have to. Listen, you got to do whatever the hell you got to do to make the deal happen. All right, whatever your options are, you can't make shit happen out of nothing. So whether if you don't have nothing to put up as collateral, whether your house or your grandma's house or anybody's house or anything the bank will take as collateral, you're not going to be able to get the money. I mean, construction loans, they normally pay out in pieces anyway. I did a house once where it was a fixer-upper type construction loan, which was a Section 203 or something. I mean, construction loans, they pay you on phases, but you're still going to need some skin in the game, baby. You got to have skin in the game, and then you'll have fat in the game. That's the way it works. So, if you got to go to bring in a partner to help you lay the development deal on the table, or go to the bank and see if you have anything they can tap into or give them as collateral, get to make them comfortable giving you the loan. Do whatever you got to do. Go to a hard money lender, and tell them, okay, I'll pay you off as soon as the place is built. Even if you pay them 10%, if you got big enough profits, then, it makes sense. I borrowed the 10% when I was in my 20s. And then as soon as I fixed the place up, I refinanced it. I paid off the hard money lender, and I started paying, 6% back then. That's the way it works. And I pulled some cash out. Do whatever you can do with the tools that you have to do. Any way you get that deal done, get it done if it makes sense, and you're going to make money.
Shout out Jason. Thank you for the super chat. Shout out Dylan. Thank you for the super chat as well. Hey, Ben, I'm developing medical offices in Orlando right now.
Medical offices in Orlando.
18,000 square feet under construction. Any advice on finding a good leasing agent to get these things rented out?
Yes. Go on CoStar or LoopNet and look for the other properties that the agents have for lease.
I mean, isn't it
'Cause-
still really hard to lease office buildings, or is it coming back?
Medical is a little different. Now, hopefully, he's number one. You're doing something that's ballsy and risky. Typically, a good, smart developer doesn't build unless he knows for sure he can fill that space. All right. If you ain't got no ass for that seat, you're going to have an empty ass seat, and that ain't going to be pretty. So go online. Yeah, I need one. Go online, see who else is pushing, leasing deals right now online. Typically, agents specialize in stuff like that. All right. And I just sold, we're in contract on my retail in Orlando, but I gave it to an agent to lease it. Well, how did that place get leased? I forgot. I think it was a combination of an agent and Ben. He gave it, he works with agents that specialize in that type of real estate space. You need to find an agent that specializes in renting medical offices. Okay. And they're out there. I know one here in my area, but I don't know if he goes to Orlando. There was a guy. The guy in Orlando, he was the seller's agent on the property I bought here. He's in Orlando and he does medical. I don't know. Go to askbenmallah.com and I'll send you the name of a guy. Okay. He can probably help you or lead you to a guy that can help you. All right. But you better make sure you can rent that shit out, because you better see and make sure there's not too much shit on the market already sitting empty. Medical's great when you can fill it, but it's a niche, or niche, whatever they call it. You got to make sure you're in that right location for medical around other medical, because medical typically stays and feeds off of each other. Doctors stick together. Then they stick it to you at the bill. Guy tells the other guy, doctor tells him, hey, sorry, we only got 6 months to live.
What?
Tells me, I forgot the joke.
Oh.
Doctor tells me, hey,
what are you talking about?
And then for another $5,000, he gave him another 6 months. I don't know. It's an old joke. I can't remember it. What do you got?
All right. Shout out Dose of Crown. Thank you for the $10. Hey, Ben, I've been selling real estate for 4 years out of Florida. My friend got into it, and if by the 12th he gets a deal, he is getting a TAT. Oh, he's getting a tattoo of you on his butt. Any advice to make it happen?
Don't. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of tattoos. But why don't you just get one of those stickers I got, okay? You get a sticker. How much are our stickers? $1.99 or something? I don't know. You guys are in some place I don't want to go to. But anyway, what he puts on his butt is none of my business. Anyway, I'm glad you're selling real estate, and I hope you're making money. Now's the time, because people want to, there's going to be some deals that have to be made. People got to come down their prices. There should be some action going on. You just got to keep telling those sellers, I'm sorry, it's not going to sell at that price. What else?
Shout out Streaming the Magic. Thank you for the $4.99. Ben, how high the super chat to get you to follow back? Love your content.
How high the super chat to get you?
Like how much money to get you to follow back?
What do you mean follow back?
On what platform?
I don't know.
That matters a lot.
I don't really follow anybody. I can't even keep up with myself. How the hell am I going to follow other people? But I don't know. Anyway, just keep learning and making money. That's all you need to do.
Shout out Screwy Louie. Thank you for the $2.
Louie.
Thanks for the blessing. Top G, Ben Mallah, the Godfather.
Hey, I'm the Godfather. Give me a real estate deal or I'll kill you. All right, yeah. Anyway, is it late? Are we ready to go home or what? I already am home.
One more super chat.
People gave you money. You better talk to them.
Yeah. Thank you, this guy, for the $5. I'm 21 years old. I own 3 homes that are rented. I have good credit, but I can't take any loans. I want to grow bigger. What way can I do it not using the bank?
Why can't you take any loans? You're 21 years old. The homes are rented. Are they making money? What does he say? What can I do it not using bank? How are you going to get money if you don't go to the bank? It's all about the bank. I keep telling everybody, the bank is the biggest equation in the whole real estate deal. Can't do the deal without the bank. I don't know. If you own 3 homes and I don't know, do you owe money against them? You got to get me on the phone if you want to talk about your life. Okay. I need to know how much equity you got in those homes. Why? You have good credit. Why is the bank not loaning your money? Is it because you don't have any income? I mean, there's always, let me tell you something. If you got any real estate and it has equity in it, no matter what your situation is, no matter what your credit is, there's somebody out there that's going to loan you money. You got to find them, but they're out there. And but the problem is they're not going to be as nice to you and give you the great rates that the banks are going to give you. That's why you got to use the bank. But, there's always somebody out there. There's mortgage brokers out there that have access to all types of lending, whether it's more hard money, D type, C type, B type, A type. Find a guy that makes his living loaning money. People make a living at that. It's their living to help you borrow money because they make a little piece of it, and that's how they make their living. And that's good for them. And that's how I started dealing with people like them. Guy's name was Rich Fishman. He used to loan me money all the time. And then when I have enough money, loan me more money. But he charged me a higher rate. What are you going to do? What else? Is that it? We done for tonight? Friday night, baby.
Yeah, pretty much shout out.
Aaron's getting a haircut.
Cookie. Thank you for the $2.
Aaron. What?
And that's it.
All right, folks. Thanks for tuning in. And watch the next video. Subscribe.
Yeah.
Like. Do this. Do that. Do that.
Comment, subscribe.
All right. If you didn't like the last video, I'm sorry. We gave away a house to an employee. Worked out perfect. It's 5 minutes from our office when she's working there.
Yeah, hit the notification bell. Follow all his social media at Real Ben Mallah, Instagram,
Twitter.
Instagram, we're doing Facebook now.
Facebook.
You can follow my Instagram.
I'm ready to choke that goddamn, what's his name that runs Facebook, I'll tell you. I don't know what came over me. I don't know. I thought Facebook was a fucking bargain when I saw them, because normally they come in and they just kill them, and it took away like 25% value of the stock. And I said, God damn it, $100? That's a 25% hit. Normally they say, okay, we took a big hit. Now let's climb back up a little. They didn't do that. They took a more hit. They keep hitting them. And now I'm, under. So I'm waiting for it to go back up. And then the Apple, I sold the goddamn Apple too soon. And now the Apple went up, and now it's back down. But where is the freaking bottom? Can somebody please tell me where's the bottom for Apple? All right? Is 135 was a steal. Everybody knows you should have bought it at 135. I did. And that was because I was doubling down on the higher position that I already bought. But then I got out and made a few bucks. But if I would have held it, I would have made a fortune. I don't know. Where's the bottom? Somebody send me some bottom numbers. AMD, what happened to that? It was at a bottom. Now it's climbing back up. What's the story? Tech can't be going away. All right. Adios, amigos. I'm going to bed.